Listen up, men of 2025. If you're not stacking the right things in your life, you're setting yourself up for struggle. Too many are caught up in the noise, pursuing things that don't matter, while ignoring the essentials that lead to a fulfilling life. You need to prioritize what truly matters: strong relationships, career growth, personal development, and a rock-solid mind and body. Without these, life becomes a constant battle. If you're missing these critical pieces, family, friends, health, and purpose, you're not just coasting, you're heading straight into misery. You don't need everything, but you need the right stuff. Ask yourself, are you building a life that's worth living? A life that fills you with purpose and joy, even when challenges come knocking at your door? If you're lacking key elements, everything else is meaningless. Without a solid foundation, you'll find yourself in a constant state of frustration and stress. So, what's it going to be? Are you choosing the right path, or are you just waiting for life to happen to you? The key to overcoming this struggle is to start with a clear goal structure. This is where university, or any educational experience, comes into play. It's not just about grades or exams. It's about figuring out who you truly want to become. It's about shaping your character, defining your purpose, and learning the tools to create that vision. Life isn't about being who society expects you to be or chasing after what others think is success. Focus on who you want to be, not who you think you should be. There's a big difference, and it's something you can't afford to ignore. When you take the time to define the person you want to be, your actions start to align with that vision. You begin to see everything you learn along the way as a tool, a stepping stone to help you build the version of yourself you're striving for. Every piece of knowledge, every setback, every challenge becomes part of your growth. It all adds up to something bigger, something worth fighting for. So here's the challenge. Don't just let life happen to you. Create the life you want. Set clear goals, align your actions, and focus on becoming the person you aspire to be. Because in the end, it's not about chasing what others want for you. It's about shaping your own path and building a life that fills you with pride. Time to get to work. Chapter 2. Setting Clear Goals. Now let's talk about the first and most critical step to building the life you want: defining your goals. You can't hit a target if you don't know where it is. Think about it. If you're heading in any random direction, how will you ever know if you're making progress? The answer is simple: you won't. Too many men avoid setting clear, specific goals because they fear failure. They convince themselves that keeping things vague and open-ended is somehow safer. But here's the harsh truth. A goal without clarity is a recipe for disaster. When your goals are too broad or undefined, you're not giving yourself a real chance to succeed. Why? Because you won't even know when you fail. Without a clear destination, failure becomes a blur, and the lessons that come from failure are lost. You're just drifting, unsure of whether you're actually progressing or if you're stuck in the same place. Time slipping away. This is the trap that many men fall into, and it's a dangerous one. If you don't recognize failure until it's too late, the damage has already been done, and you're left trying to recover what could have been avoided in the first place. But let me tell you something. Failure is a part of the process, and avoiding it is a bigger mistake than facing it head-on. Failure doesn't need to be feared. It needs to be understood. Because the truth is, failure is inevitable if you don't define your path. It's part of the journey, but when you have clear goals in mind, you'll be able to see failure early, learn from it, and adjust. You'll recognize where you went wrong and correct course before the problem grows too big. When you set clear goals, you're also setting yourself up for success. Why? Because you know exactly where you're going. You know what success looks like, and you can measure your progress along the way. Each small win becomes a clear marker that you're moving in the right direction, and even the setbacks become valuable lessons that shape your growth. The key here is to be specific with your goals. Don't just say, "I want to be successful." What does success mean to you? What does it look like in your life? Be as detailed as possible. Break it down into actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to become financially independent, don't just say, "I want more money." Instead say, "I want to save $50,000 in the next 2 years by increasing my income and cutting unnecessary expenses." When you define your goals like this, they become tangible, measurable, and achievable. You know exactly what you're working towards, and you can track your progress every step of the way. The truth is, the clearer your goals, the more likely you are to succeed. You can't get where you want to go unless you know exactly where you're aiming. And once you define that path, everything becomes easier. The distractions fade, the doubts diminish, and your mind is focused on the task at hand. So, take the time to really define your goals. Don't let fear hold you back. Get specific, get clear, and go after it with everything you've got. When you do, success will no longer be a vague dream. It will be a reality you're building every single day. Chapter 3. The Power of a Schedule. Once your goals are set and you've defined your path, the next step is to break those goals down into actionable steps. Now it's time to move from vision to execution. This is where the power of a schedule comes into play. You can have the greatest goals in the world, but if you don't translate them into daily action, they remain dreams. How do your goals manifest in your day-to-day life? How do they show up week after week? It's simple. They show up through the consistent, small actions you take every day. This is where something as simple as a schedule can transform everything. A well-planned schedule is not just a tool to fill your day with tasks. It's a blueprint that moves you closer to the life you envision. Too many people see a schedule as a list of obligations, a set of rules that feels like a prison, something to follow with no room for flexibility or freedom. But that's not the purpose of a schedule. A schedule should serve your goals, not control you. It should reflect the life you want to live, a life that balances both responsibilities and rewards. Ask yourself, if I could design the perfect day tomorrow, what would it look like? Think about it. Imagine how your ideal day would feel. How would you spend your time? What activities would energize you? And which ones would move you closer to your goals? Now take that ideal day and turn it into a schedule. It's not about rigid rules or micromanaging every moment of your life. It's about creating a day that moves you closer to the life you want. Sure, responsibilities are a part of life, work, family, obligations, but they don't have to dominate your time. Your schedule should leave room for enjoyment, for relaxation, for growth, and for things that excite you. Life isn't just about what you have to do, it's about what you get to do. A well-designed schedule gives you the freedom to live the life you desire. Think of your schedule as a negotiation with yourself. How much responsibility do you need to handle today, and how much reward will you allow yourself? A little work, a little play, a little personal growth, it's all part of the equation. Life is about balance, and your schedule is a tool that helps you strike that balance. Don't overburden yourself with obligations. Make sure that your schedule is not just a list of things to do, but a reflection of who you are and where you want to go. When you take control of your schedule, you take control of your life. So, plan your days with purpose. Create a routine that serves you, that helps you make progress towards your goals while still leaving room for the things that make you feel alive. If you want to change your life, start with your schedule. The small, consistent actions you take every day will compound over time, and before you know it, your ideal life will be unfolding right before your eyes. Chapter 4. Responsibility versus reward. Life isn't just about work. It's about working smart. It's about ensuring that at the end of the day, you're not worse off than when you started. Too many people spend their time laboring away, putting in effort without stopping to think if it's truly moving them forward. You cannot afford to spend your days digging a hole for yourself, even if only 20% of your day is focused on responsibility and obligation. The rest should be about balance, growth, and reward. Responsibility doesn't have to be a punishment. In fact, it's an investment in your future. It's about negotiating with yourself. What's the right mix of hard work and reward that will keep you on track and motivated without burning out? Think of responsibility as the groundwork, the foundation of your success. It's like planting seeds today to enjoy the fruits tomorrow. When you build your life on responsibility, you're building something solid. However, too much responsibility with no reward leads to burnout and resentment. The key is balance. Reward isn't just a luxury. It's a vital part of the equation that keeps you motivated and focused. It gives you something to look forward to. Whether it's a small treat at the end of a productive day, a weekend break, or time spent with people who uplift you, your rewards are the fuel that keeps your fire burning. You don't have to be all work and no play. You don't have to sacrifice your happiness for the sake of responsibility. Instead, find a mix that works for you. Work hard, but reward yourself just as hard. A balanced approach will make the journey more fulfilling and keep you going longer. Chapter 5. The Cost of Wasting Time. Here's a hard truth. Your time is valuable. Every moment you waste is money down the drain, and I'm not just talking about a few bucks here and there. I'm talking about serious long-term costs. If you waste 6 hours a day, that's $2,000 a week, and roughly $100,000 a year based on a reasonable estimate of your time's value. This is an investment. When you're young, the value of your time multiplies. Every hour you invest in your future has exponential returns. But if you waste time today, you're essentially throwing away your future. You're robbing your future self of the opportunities and achievements that could have been yours. Think about that next time you procrastinate. Think about that next time you scroll aimlessly or waste time on things that don't move you forward. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing with my time worth it? Is it moving you closer to your goals or just passing the hours? If it's not helping you grow, then it's taking from your future. Every hour spent on things that don't serve your purpose is an hour lost. Time doesn't come back, and once it's gone, there's no getting it back. You have a choice. You can let time slip through your fingers, or you can use it as a tool to build the life you want. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter. Invest it wisely, and your future self will thank you for it. Chapter 6. Confronting your fears. Success doesn't come from running away from fear. It comes from confronting it head on. Fear holds us back from achieving everything we're capable of. It keeps us in our comfort zones, preventing us from growing. But here's the thing. The more you avoid your fears, the more power they have over you. The only way to break free from fear's grip is to face it directly. What could you accomplish if you stopped avoiding the things you fear the most? What if you made it your mission to face every fear that stands in your way? Imagine how much you could achieve if you spent the next 10 years pursuing your goals without hesitation, without letting fear dictate your decisions. You would be unrecognizable. The person you'd become would be stronger, more confident, and unshakable. Fear is a natural part of growth. If you're not feeling a little scared now and then, it's a sign you're not pushing yourself hard. Enough. Instead of running from your fears, step into them. The discomfort is where growth happens. Every time you face fear, you build resilience and increase your confidence. It's not about eliminating fear. It's about learning how to move forward despite it. Think about the person you want to become. If you want that version of yourself, then you have to stop running. It's time to confront what you fear. Every small victory over fear brings you one step closer to the life you've always wanted. And remember, fear never fully disappears. But the more you face it, the less power it holds over you. So go ahead. Take that first step into the unknown. Your future self will be thankful that you did. Chapter 7. The Power of Conscience. your conscience is not just some abstract concept. It's a powerful guide that has been there all along, helping you navigate the choices you make every single day. You feel it right before you make a bad decision. It's that little voice telling you, this is not the right path. Yet, how many times have you ignored it? How many times have you brushed it aside because the temptation of short-term satisfaction seemed too great? But what if you chose to listen to that voice consistently? What if, for the next 5 to 10 years, you abided by your conscience in every decision you make? Imagine the profound impact that would have on your life. The relationships you build would be deeper, rooted in integrity. You would become someone people can trust, someone who stands by their values no matter the circumstances. Abiding by your conscience doesn't mean avoiding mistakes. It means making decisions that align with your values. It's not about perfection. It's about growth. Your conscience doesn't only guide you away from wrong. It also pushes you toward right. By listening to it, you make choices that lead to long-term fulfillment rather than short-term pleasure. So next time you're at a crossroads, don't dismiss that inner voice. Trust it, because it's the compass that will guide you to the life you truly want to live. Chapter 8. The Ripple Effect of Change. We often underestimate the ripple effect of our actions, but here's the truth. When you improve yourself, you don't just change your life, you influence the world around you. You may not see the immediate impact, but every time you make a positive change, you create a wave that can inspire others. Imagine if everyone made the commitment to stop making things worse. What if, instead of spreading negativity, people work toward improving themselves and their circumstances? This simple shift in perspective could have a profound ripple effect. You don't always know your limits until you push yourself. You don't know the power of your example until others start to take notice. Your success, your discipline, your drive, and your growth inspire others to do the same. Think about it. By striving to become your best self, you're not just improving your life, you're leading others to elevate theirs as well. When you aim high, it doesn't just help you. It sets the stage for those around you to do the same. One person's growth has the potential to ignite a wave of positive change that spreads far beyond what you can see. By taking responsibility for your own actions, you become the catalyst for a better world. So, don't just focus on your own path, be the example that others are inspired by. Chapter 9. Taking Responsibility. The key to overcoming the deep existential suffering that many people experience is responsibility. We all have moments when life feels heavy, when challenges seem insurmountable, but the truth is, you are the architect of your own life. No one else can live your life for you. You're the one who chooses your actions, your mindset, and how you approach obstacles. Taking full responsibility means owning both your successes and your failures. It's not about blaming others or external circumstances. It's about taking control of your choices and understanding that you have the power to create the life you want. Responsibility doesn't mean avoiding pain or difficulty. It means embracing it. Life will never be free from challenges, but it's through those challenges that you grow. Each difficulty you face is an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to strengthen your character. The moment you take responsibility for your life, you take power back from the forces that have been holding you back. So, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for everything to fall into place before you take action. The perfect moment never comes. Start today. Take responsibility for your decisions, your life, and your future. It's the first step toward building the life you've always dreamed of, a life where you're in control and where you shape your own destiny.